Hey, Madison, it's nice of you to come today. My name is Mrs. Halcrow,
I'm Mrs. Halcrow.
and I was just wondering what brought you in today.
Well, I've been noticing that I'm having problems finishing schoolwork.
Okay, for all schoolwork?
Most of it, yeah.
Okay, so how is this affecting your daily life?
Well, I'm always stressed out because I'm always thinking I gotta get the next assignment done, but I just can't focus on it.
Okay. So, let's say perhaps that you went to bed tonight and in the morning you woke up and all of a sudden that problem was gone.
Oh, very nice.
What would that look like? Tell me what it would be like when you first woke up.
I think it would be the world, weights off my shoulders. That makes sense?
It does make sense. So what would it look like when you got to school, per se?
I really wouldn't be stressed out to go to class, and I think I could focus on the fun parts of school more.
Okay. So what you're saying is that the hard part you're having is getting your assignments done. Do you have any problems getting to school or
Not really.
attendance at all?
Not really, that's the easy part.
Okay, so you're there, and the hard part you're having is just getting your assignments completed. Is that right? Okay. Okay, so you're saying that if you were to magically wake up one day and you would have no more problems getting assignments done. So all of a sudden now you could get assignments done, and that weight would be off your shoulders, and so that would feel very comforting to you.
Very much so.
Okay, so if you were to put yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being very worst thing ever, and 10 being that perfect day, that miracle happened, you were able to wake up and all of a sudden you could get all this work done. Where would you put yourself today on that scale of 1 to 10?
Put myself at about a 6.
At about a 6? Okay. So I think that is a very good place to put yourself, and I think that you have actually scored yourself very well. So what are some things that you think that you can do to help have you tried some things in the past that have helped you get your assignments done?
Well, I've tried writing it on my hand, because then it's always there, when I look down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that hasn't helped me as much as I thought it would.
Okay, why hasn't it worked, do you think?
Possibly because I forget to look down at my hand, or it washes off. It's not really.
Well, that's good hygiene. That's good. It's always good to wash your hands. Okay. Is there anything else that you've tried other than that to try and stay organized to get your assignments done?
I've tried putting reminders on my phone with alarms.
Okay. How does that work?
Pretty well.
Okay. So what are some of the classes you think that you have a hardest time getting your assignments done in?
Probably algebra.
Algebra. Why algebra?
Because the assignments always are what's the word? Intimidating.
Intimidating? Why do you find them intimidating?
Math's hard.
Math is hard? Is there any part of math that you ever liked?
Maybe geometry a little bit.
What do you think you liked a little bit about geometry?
Because it was pictures instead of just numbers.
Okay, so numbers you kind of struggle with. What other subjects do you think? Do you have any subjects that you were able to get all your assignments done in? And you don't struggle to get assignments done?
I would say English.
English, okay. Why is that?
Because it's pretty much just writing papers and reading the stuff. It's pretty much straightforward.
Okay, so what you're saying is that numbers are hard for you. And so it's intimidating, so you have a hard time getting those assignments done. Whereas English and writing stories is something that you enjoy doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's easy for you to get those things done. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So is there a class that's kind of in between? Sometimes you get it done, sometimes you don't.
I'd have to say history a little bit.
History? Okay. Why do you think it's kind of in between?
Because there is a lot of stuff that has to do with it. We have a lot of assignments, and it's a lot more to memorize.
Okay.
It's kind of.
And that's a bad thing, or that's a good thing to memorize?
It's a good when I memorize it. Bad trying to.
Okay. Okay, so you have a hard time with the memory part of it. What parts of it do you think come easier to you?
Possibly just learning the timeline of things,
Okay.
like what causes this and what causes that.
Kind of more of a cause and effect type thing.
Yes.
It's easier for you. What about the writing part of history?
That's definitely a little bit easier.
Okay. Okay. Very good. So far we're looking at writing stuff you seem to be able to get done. But when it comes into more memorization, comes into more numbers, you're struggling more. Okay. I understand that. Is there anything else that you do that you procrastinate, home or anything like that, or is it just pretty much your schoolwork?
Sometimes chores.
Chores?
Procrastinate doing that till right before bed.
Okay, why is that?
Because there's a lot of things that I could be doing other than that.
Okay, so it's not number one on your list
Most of the time.
to be doing? Okay, okay. Well, that's good that you actually get it done. That's a good thing. Huh. Okay, so what I'm kind of hearing is that when you really like to do something, you can get it done. But when it's not something that you really enjoy or you find difficult, you're having a hard time completing it.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? I mean, am I right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. Okay. So what are some things you think, some steps that you can take? Maybe implement some of the things that you use for your English to get those jobs done. You know that you enjoy doing it. And so, what are some things that you can look at that, how that's easy for you to do, and apply that to maybe doing start with history, some of your history work you're not getting done.
Well, I could try writing a story about the things that I need to memorize. I mean, I've heard that working sometimes with people.
Okay, so if you needed to memorize countries or something like that, then you can make up a story to help you memorize it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think that would work really well. What about, let's say, for math? What are some things that you can do to help you get your math, to get motivated to do your math? Maybe it sounds like this is kind of a motivation problem because it's something that you really enjoy doing. You do just fine. Things that are kind of a little bit harder, so you know it's harder, you struggle with. So what are some things, some steps you can take and some things you can do?
Well, maybe like a reward between like 5 math problems.
Okay. 5 math problems, and what kind of a reward what would it look like if you had a reward?
Maybe a piece of candy.
Piece of candy?
It's always a good reward.
Piece of candy is always a good reward, I have to say. So if you get 5 math problems right or finished for your homework, then you would give yourself a piece of candy? Yeah. Okay. How many math problems do you usually have for homework?
30-ish. Depends on the day.
Okay, how long does that usually take you to do if you were to do all of them?
Let's see, about 30 minutes.
Okay, so like a minute a math problem?
Yeah.
Sound about right?
At that time.
Okay, so, and how about your English assignments? How long does it take you to do your English assignments?
20 minutes sometimes.
20
Depends on the length of the thing that I'm writing.
Okay. Okay, so it doesn't look like time's really much of an issue because they're about equal. when you have it. It just comes down to your motivation to get it done. Okay? So let's look at some of these things and maybe look at making a plan on how to get to that miracle day. That day when a miracle happens and you're able to wake up and you can now accomplish and get your assignments in on time.
All right.
And those kind of things. So what do you think would be a good place to start to come up with a plan?
I think definitely trying to get myself more motivated more than trying to find something fun to do within it. That makes sense?
Okay, so come up with some type of self-motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, I think that sounds good. Do you ever not do it? Let me just backtrack here a little bit. Is there ever a time that you don't do your homework because you don't understand it?
Yes, sometimes that does happen.
Okay, so what steps can you take? Let's just talk about that really quick. Because it sounds like that's maybe one of the reasons why you're struggling is maybe you don't understand it either. So what can you do if you don't understand your assignment?
Well, everybody says I should ask for help.
Okay. Everybody, who's everybody?
Other students, usually my teacher.
Okay. Okay. Do you know where to find this help?
Pretty sure a teacher would be able to help me.
Pretty sure a teacher would be able to help you? Okay. Does your teacher have times that they set up for you to help, or is it just kind of a come in and see when if they're there or if they're not?
Oh yeah, sure. They actually do have homework labs on Tuesdays.
Okay. On Tuesdays they have homework labs. Have you ever attended a homework lab?
Not really. I probably should.
That would probably help you if you're not understanding it. That's one of the reasons why you're not able to do this or able to get your math assignments done. So that could be one of our steps. So what do you think, what are some steps then to be able to accomplish your assignments in math?
Well, first I'd get help with the problems that I don't know, and with the problems that I do know, I would do the candy motivation and see how far that takes me.
Okay. Okay, so the candy motivation meaning that you would do 5 problems, give yourself a small piece of candy, do 5 more, give yourself another small piece of candy, that kind of stuff. Okay. Okay. I think that sounds like a good plan. So what do you think will happen if you can get all your homework in math?
Well, I think I'd get a lot better grade, and it'd be a lot easier to focus in class because I wouldn't be so focused on, what I have to do the second I get home or what I have to finish.
Okay, so focus also seems to be a bit of a problem, especially when you're stressed. Is that what I'm hearing? Okay. Okay, so how do you think you'll do on the tests if you complete all the assignments?
I think I'd do a little bit better because once again the focus thing, and I think I'd be more prepared knowing what I actually have to do.
Okay. So are there some consequences at home or rewards at home for completing homework, getting good grades?
Well, in our family, if you get below a B minus C, you get grounded. So that's a pretty big
motivation
big motivation. And I don't know, above a B, we usually just get, that good feeling that we did something good.
Okay. Okay. So have you ever been grounded?
Lots of time.
Lots. So do you think that that's effective and it's working?
Sometimes it does. For a while it didn't. But, yeah.
So do you think a reward system would work better than a punishment system?
A little bit better.
You think so? So what kind of a reward would you want if you got good grades? What do you think a reward looks like?
Most of the time to me it looks like food, but
does it ever look like anything else, or
no?
That's what you like, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. What's your favorite food?
Anything sweet.
Anything sweet? Yeah.
Ice cream, mostly.
Ice cream's good. Okay. Very good. So I say let's make a plan for this next week. Let's figure out what we can do to, let's focus on math. Let's just focus on that first, since that seems to be your biggest area that you are struggling in. So if we focus on math, what would be, so step 1 would be to do what?
To go to the homework help lab and get help.
Okay, so you go to the homework help lab and get help, make sure you understand your assignment. What would be the next step?
Then applying what I know now to actually finishing the homework.
Okay.
And
once you finish the homework, so we've got, you go to the math lab on Tuesdays so you can get any help. You complete your homework through your reward program. What do you do after, what do you see yourself doing after you finish your homework?
after that, just kind of relaxing on what I would normally do before I finish my homework. But now I don't feel so guilty doing it.
Okay, so you're also saying, see, I heard something else that you're going to do your homework before you do the other stuff. So maybe that needs to be put into our assignment, our little, what we're going to work on here, and that is you're going to go home and do your homework first through your reward system. And then you have the rest of the evening to do what you want to do. And like you said, it's something about feeling guilty. So you would not feel guilty at that point for doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, I think that sounds really good. Let's see what time is it. I could tell them what things we want.
15 minutes.
Okay, so we will go ahead and plan on that then, and you will work on your homework, and you'll get it turned in on time. And then next time when we meet, which will be next week, you'll let me know how that went. Let me know how it feels to have gotten your math homework done on time through that system.
Okay.
That was good to see you, and we will meet with you again next week.
Thank
Do you
you,
have any
Mrs.
questions
Halcrow.
really quick?
Nope, I think I got it all figured out.
Okay, great.
Thank you very much.